What's up, guys? JT Postman here, and we are back with another episode of our Let's Talk NHL series. And in this video, I want to talk about the contract extensions of Kyle Palmieri, Matthew Perreault, Mark Scheifele, and Nathan MacKinnon. So first up, Kyle Palmieri, the New Jersey Devils signed him to a 5-year contract extension with an average annual value of $4.65 million per season. Now, I really like this deal for the Devils. I mean, now with the acquisition of Taylor Hall, obviously guys like Adam Henrique and Zajac down the middle, now you get a winger set in Kyle Palmieri for the next 5 years. I've always really liked Kyle Palmieri since he was in Anaheim. I couldn't believe Anaheim let him, or I couldn't believe Anaheim traded him. I think they did it for cap reasons, but I think they should have found a way to hang on to him. I mean, Palmieri, he had an unbelievable year. I mean, maybe you could say he played above himself. I mean, he hadn't had a season like that before. I mean, he'd only hit 30 points once before. I mean, the 2014-15 season, he put up 29 in 57 games. So you could say he would have had maybe a 40-point year there if he had played the full season. But last year, 30 goals and 57 points in 82 games. That's unbelievable for Palmieri. And I guess they can sense that he's not going to consistently put up those numbers. He's 25 years old, so what he sees what you get. I mean, I don't think he's going to be, he's not going to get much better. He is what he is. He's a great two-way forward that can score. He's solid. I really like Palmieri. I think he can definitely put up 20 goals, 25 goals, 50 points-ish consistently. And if he can do that, I mean, a little over $4 million. Or $4.6 million, that's well worth it. So I think it's a great signing for the New Jersey Devils. Now, next up, Matthew Perreault re-signs a 4-year extension with the Winnipeg Jets at $4.125 million per season. Now, Matthew Perreault, I don't know too much about him. I mean, obviously, I've seen a few games of Winnipeg over the years, just when they've played the Rangers. But, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of him. I mean, I don't dislike him, but I'm not a huge fan of him. I mean, this past season, 9 goals, 41 points. He was a minus 11 in 71 games, but Winnipeg was one of the worst teams in the league this year. But Perreault, I mean, the last 3 years on Anaheim, in 2013-14, 43 points. 2014-15, he got 41. Last year, he got 41. I mean, usually he gets more goals. Back-to-back, 2013-14 and then 14-15, he got 18 goals both years. This past season, he only got 9. And actually played more games. So, I don't know. I mean, based on those stats, I mean, $4 million, it's solid. I don't think it's overpaying. I think if he can continue to put 40-plus points, and if the Jets are a better team this year and he can even hit 50, I think it's solid. But really, Winnipeg fans, you have to let me know what kind of player he is. I know he's a playmaker. I know he's more kind of a skill guy. Not a huge guy, 5'10", 188, but a solid second-line playmaker. But yeah, so let me know, Winnipeg fans, if you guys think that deal is worth it. Now, up next, the Winnipeg Jets, again, sign Mark Scheifele to an 8-year contract, $6.125 million per season. We're seeing a trend. Young guys this season, they're getting big extensions. We saw it with Ekblad. We saw it with Seth Jones. These younger guys that are around like 22, 23 years old, they're already getting huge extensions. Now, Mark Scheifele, he had a great season. I'm a big fan of Mark Scheifele. I really like him. He's 23 years old. He's 6'3", 207. And this year, remember, the Winnipeg Jets were a pretty bad team this year. And he still put up 29 goals, 61 points. It was a plus 16 in 71 games. That's solid. I mean, last season, or 2 seasons ago, I guess now, he put up 49 points. Last year, he jumped all the way up to 61. And I think now with Patrick Laine at his wing, that 1-2 punch of Scheifele and Laine for the future is filthy. And then maybe even Blake Wheeler on the opposite wing. I know Laine and Wheeler are both right wingers, so I don't know how that will work. But I always thought maybe Scheifele, Laine, and Ehlers, but I don't know how far along Ehlers is, as far as growing as a player. I don't know if he's ready to be a first-line winger, but if you play him alongside of those 2 young guys, maybe. We'll see if they have that chemistry, but I do really like this deal because I don't think Mark Scheifele is going to be a bust. I think he had a great season this year. I think now, like I said, with Mark Scheifele playing at his wing, I don't think there's anything stopping him from consistently putting up 60, maybe even then 70-point years, maybe even hit as much as 80. I mean, that's pushing it, but I think a young player like that, if you can get him at $6 million before he has a breakout season, because imagine they signed him to like a 2 or 3 year deal or even a 4-year deal, a little bit cheaper, like around $5 million, and he scores 70 plus points each of the next 3 seasons, and then he wants like 7.5, maybe even $8 million in a few years. Then you got to give him that. I think locking him up at $6 million for 8 years could turn out to be a steal, depending on how he and Line A perform on a line together. But I think for right now, I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's only getting better. So for those reasons, I think it's $6 million for the next 8 years. It is a very fair deal for the Winnipeg Jets. And now last but not least, the Colorado Avalanche signed forward Nathan MacKinnon to a 7-year contract, $6.3 million per season. And now what I said about Scheifele, I said that I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's beyond that point. I think he's established himself, and I think now with Patrick Line on his wing, he's set. But Nathan MacKinnon, I don't have that same kind of feeling with MacKinnon. Now, he had an amazing rookie season. I mean, obviously he didn't put up Crosby or Ovechkin type numbers in his rookie season. That just doesn't happen anymore. But he put up, 63 points, 24 goals, plus 20 in his rookie season. Colorado, that was the year they were amazing. But then the following season, his sophomore season, he only put up 38 points, 14 goals in 64 games. And then this year, kind of a bounce back year, he put up 52 points, 21 goals in 72 games. So MacKinnon, he had that great rookie year, but the last 2 years, he hasn't been as good. Now, I know the Avalanche weren't an amazing team, but he has good teammates. I mean, guys like Duchesne, Landeskog, Jerome McGinley. So he had those weapons alongside of him. And he has the tools to put up, 60, 70 points. So you Avalanche fans are really going to have to let me know. I know Nathan MacKinnon has a lot of skill. He's really fast. Like I said, he has the tools to be that good. But he hasn't exactly proven himself to be a $6 million player just yet. And I don't know. I don't think he'll be a bust. But maybe it's too early to tell whether he's still going to turn out to be that first overall pick they thought he was going to be. After his rookie season, I'm like, this guy's going to put up 80-plus points in a few years, at least 70, and he's going to consistently do that. Consistently put up 25 goals, 50 assists, something around there. But he hasn't exactly proven that. So the Avalanche, they're kind of taking a chance on him, giving him $6.3 million for 7 years. If he does turn out to be that 70-plus point guy, it's a great contract, but for right now, they're taking a risk. If he's a career 60-point guy, then $6 million, that might be pushing it, but only time will tell. I do like Nathan MacKinnon. I just think that he has kind of disappointed the last couple seasons, but again, Colorado fans, let me know what you think of MacKinnon. Was it just an off year? Was he just not getting those bounces? Is he still going to be that kind of player? Or do you guys think he's kind of... Because he is only 20 years old. I mean, I don't want to call him a bust or anything already. He's 20 years old. He came into the league at 18 years old. So, I mean, he still has 3 more years before he's even Scheifele's age. So, I just don't like giving a 20-year-old who's not named Connor McDavid $6.3 million for the next 7 years. I think it's a risk, but it could work out. It could not. Again, only time will tell. So let me know what you guys think of all these extensions. I think they're all pretty fair deals. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.